right. And we are live. We are. It's Wednesday and we are live. Charles Green. We got R2R3 Lockingnut with us. Right on, brother.
Yo,
What's happening? You
Good
one of
to see
us
you, man.
now. I look back and man, we've had R2 on a few times. Good to see you, my bro.
Good to see all of y'all here, man. This is cool.
What is happening, dude? What's new with you?
Not much, man. Having fun. Got the little mini Kramer out here.
Right on.
I didn't show this. I forgot to bring this out here. I don't know if everybody remembers the what is that? Guitar Hero? Yeah.
Our hero, bro.
Yeah. And I found this in the closet. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta break this out.
There you
Anyways,
go. Right on.
good to see everybody.
Awesome.
Wow. I see some familiar faces and some
Yeah.
familiar folks here in the chat.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. Let's recognize them. See, I'm doing that with no hands. See? Look.
Not bad.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna start at the bottom. And Sandra's here and Ed is here. Good to see Ed.
You, Ed.
Christopher Live Sour.
Christopher,
Dude,
buddy.
much love, my brother. Love
Right there,
to you.
Christopher. Love you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, man.
Absolutely. Ryan Hall, good to see you. Dan
Ryan,
of
good to
New
see you,
Jersey,
Dan,
good
what's
to
up,
see
bro?
you, sir. Let's scroll up. Thomas Santiago is here. Good to
Thomas.
see
Good
Thomas.
to see you, Thomas.
Yep. Andy Carson is here.
Right there,
Andy.
Good to
Andy.
see you, dude.
Right on, dude.
All right. Stafford's Music Studio in the
Hey,
house.
good to see
Where's
you, man.
that?
Right
Up,
on,
my
bro.
brother.
There it is.
My
Right
co-host there.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, Dave.
Good to see
Right
you, brother.
on, bro.
Brother Stafford.
Yeah. Let me go up a little bit. Holly Lewis is here. Hey,
Hey,
Holly.
sweetheart. Good to see you, Holly.
Yep.
Holly.
We'll be talking about something about Holly Lewis here in a
Uh-oh.
little while, too.
Oh,
Don't let me
Quentin's
forget.
here.
Yep, we certainly are. Ronnie Parfait is here. Good to see
Right on,
you.
Ronnie. Good to see
What
you.
the?
And R2 is in the chat. Keith Campbell is in the chat. Right
Hey,
on,
good to see you,
Keith.
brother. Right on.
Keith.
Let's see. Bill
Cheers.
Baloney in the house.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Right on, dude. All right, I'm scrolling up. Who's the early birds? Knocking on the door at 7 o'clock.
Did we catch Ryan Hall?
We did.
We sure did, Ryan.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Ryan.
Right on, Ryan.
All right. Yeah. So
Is anybody here? Dan in New Jersey? Yeah. How you doing, brother?
Dan, what's up, bro?
So Guitar Man 45 is here. Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you,
Right
bro.
on, Tom, man. Good to see you, brother.
So R2, I must say, dude, for the past month or so, it's nice to see you and Dave and Joe back doing live streams on YouTube, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Those are good shows, man. Love them.
Feels great. Feels natural. Hanging out with the guys. Sometimes you forget the camera's on and you're just rambling on and having fun.
Yeah,
And,
we dig
It's really
it,
good
man.
YouTube. It's such good YouTube, and you know the thing about it is, you guys, we missed it for a while, and you're back, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank everyone.
Very
Thank
cool.
you for all the kind words that I would receive when I was in the live chat talking about the show, missing us, and that means a lot. That's awesome. That's really cool. Because we just
Yeah,
want to
dude.
do it for fun, enjoy the love of gear, and make people laugh, and not to take life so serious.
All about it,
And
man. That's what it's all about.
I appreciate everyone understanding our humor. And if we offend anybody, well, you're offended. That's all I can say.
Right there, man.
Joe or Rob might offend you. Joe won't though. Just kidding.
That music store, man. You gotta watch out. Watch out for that guy.
Oh, I got a Rob's Music Store shirt.
Do you? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I wore it the last time we were on the live stream. Love it. When I go out with that shirt, yeah, I got a lot of strange looks, but it's it's funny. Is that really a real store? Yeah, yeah. Be careful when you go in there. Better be
No,
packing.
that's it. Very cool, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So hopefully you guys will be doing more shows
Yeah,
R2
absolutely. Yeah.
upcoming.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
We will. We will. We will. It's fun to hang out with the boys again. Before we were on a tight schedule and doing the show. Dave was putting a lot of hard work into the whole production of it. We were all doing our own part too. Joe, of course, with all the action and skits that he would do. I mean, wow. I mean, all those guys. I give my props to them. But even though we love playing gear, guitar, doing those guest this riff, sometimes we would scramble at the last minute. The same day, we would go. Dave and I would be like, "Did you get any guest this riffs?" No. All right, see you in about an hour or two. So we would just disappear and we'd just start filming and recording. And some of the stuff that you see is just us at the last minute going, boom.
Yeah.
All right, here, guess this
That's
riff.
one.
No, you never know, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's just
Yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
we just love to do it, man. It's I told Dave before that doing that part of the segment of the show makes me want to pick up the guitar. It encouraged me to pick up the guitar. When I wasn't doing the show, I would just pick up the guitar and noodle and stuff and just play around. But that's doing that just makes me go back into the archives in the brain. Do I remember how to play that song? It's all these songs that you remember playing from many years ago, and you have to relearn it and listen to it again and see if you're playing it right. And now, I mean, the beauty of having YouTube, you can see how anybody else is doing it, and to see if there's another video out there to see if you're doing it right. And most of the time, I wouldn't do it until after I did the riff and go, "Oh man, maybe I played that wrong." But hopefully, nobody noticed.
Yeah, you know what though? It doesn't. Even if you play it the way you think that it's perfect, there's going to always be a group of guys out there who've learned it a little differently. And that's the beauty of guitar. That's the beauty of guitar, man.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't get offended with critique and comments and stuff. There's been some individuals that left some comments on my channel that have told me that I missed a note. Just a note. But
Look,
okay.
I've got arthritis in my left hand, and it's my fretting hand, and I will literally drop a note or to change the tonality because it's a wide stretch on two strings, and just drop it down and take the next octave and maybe palm mute it and dummy it up.
Yeah,
because that's what I need to do to function and be comfortable.
Way, sure.
Hey, you know what? It's all good, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It's like we were talking about the last time we're on with Joe. I would always say Joe once is like the king of improv when he would do a Van Halen tune. He plays the riff and the song beautifully. If the solo isn't note for note, I mean, who cares? He makes it sound so good, and I'd like to see anybody try to do that. So if anybody makes fun of that, I go, let me just see what you got. But anyways, I'm not here to knock anybody. Like I said, it's all fun. I get a kick out of it sometimes, seeing the comments, and it's what can you do? I just laugh. And it's all good. It's all good.
Quick shout out. Quentin James is in the chat.
Quentin.
Yeah,
right there, brother.
I was just going to mention Quentin James. Yeah, he gives me a lot of crap for cheating. You know, he calls tapping cheating when I use my other hand and start using it. He's cheating.
He's a YouTube treasure. That's what Quentin James is right there, brother. Also, Papa Blue, it's good to see you, bro. Saw you pop in. Right on, brother.
There he is. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried that, Quentin. The auto tune. Yeah, try to fix the wrong notes. Yes.
You guys write though good ones for that guess that riff, and it is fun though. My seems like that my internet is must be slow, but in my chat it looks like, yeah, I got the answer. I'm the first one, and R2 announces the winner, and I'm 8 guys down.
That was the hardest thing to do. I would talk to Dave about that, man, about doing trivia live. Because right now you can have the YouTube chat on StreamYard, but I have the pop-up live chat separately. That is quicker than the StreamYard. So I would use that, and I have it up right now, so I can see the difference. I'm looking at both of them right now, and the pop up live YouTube chat is a lot quicker. So when I would announce the winner, or the person that got the question right, Dave would go, "I don't have that up yet. I'm a little bit behind. Who do you have?" Or his mates say, "This person was first, and this person was second." And I'm like, dude, this is tough, man. I go, because everyone's seeing something different. But I love the way when I was on when was it? Friday night when you were doing the George Thorogood?
Saturday.
It was a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And I couldn't believe that I entered something in first. I'm like, oh, yes.
That was one of the best that I can remember of 10-shot trivia. And the fact that it was done using the chat live like that, it really went quite well.
That was good because
it works great. You know what I do, RT?
Tony,
I don't say a word. I just shut myself up and I will not make a reference, because what I see is even different than what Tony's seeing, or probably what Sandra's seeing.
That's exactly.
Or what you're seeing. And it's just crazy. And you're right. I mean, I'll think somebody's first and they'll end up being fifth or sixth when everything is, worked itself out. So.
No, but Tony had some good questions that night, man.
That was a great night. You're right.
Because usually when I watch the show, people are on it like that, and Tony had some questions that were like, it was just blank. Nobody was just, what's going on? I'm like, no one has the answer for this one. I'm like, whoa.
That was one that no one got.
Yeah. Even Andy Carson, where is he? I know I saw him in here. Andy Carson, the trivia champ.
Yep.
I was giving him crap.
Keith Campbell.
And Keith Campbell, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know as well as anyone that when you do trivia here on a live stream like this, I'm using the StreamYard chat, which is not going to match up with the YouTube chat.
Right. Yeah, that's what Dave was using. Dave was using the StreamYard chat, and I'm using the live YouTube chat. So he would have me, all right, you're it. You're the one doing it. And I mean, that's going to happen, man. You're going to get individuals out there that see like, no, I was first. No, I put it in. I was the first guy.
Yeah.
Relax, everyone. Relax.
No.
It's all good.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
It's all good, man.
It's all good.
No, it's just for fun. And we do have a almost impossible Van Halen trivia question coming up later on tonight.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's a toughie. I mean, it is a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Every I always say the same thing. I say he may get you because he's always got great questions, but I'm not even going to say it tonight. I'm just going to let it go. But he's got a great question.
Right. As long as it's not like, what are the two colors that the bumblebee consists of?
Well, actually, if you ask it and make them give you the exact color, the color, like the Frankie, a lot of people wouldn't have a clue. You'd have to be a nerd to know that.
There you go.
We're not a lot of nerds here though, but yeah, that'd be great.
But going back though, you guys put on, you do trivia and you do guess that riff, man. It's so much fun, man. So if you guys are going to be live this coming weekend, we'll be there.
Oh, that's awesome, guys. Yeah, thank you.
That's right.
I'm glad I'm glad everyone enjoys that. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. I mean, I love the trivia, but guess that riff. I mean, there's nothing like seeing someone, anyone just jam, play guitar. Everybody likes to see somebody just pick up the guitar and start playing a tune, a familiar tune. And you know, we'd love to play the whole song, but just giving you guys that little hint of that couple seconds of that song kind of brings back the memories.
Now, you guys, in case you hadn't watched their show, Dave Stafford and R2 and Joe Wentz, they all write these short little videos for Guess That Riff that just show their guitar and their hands playing it. And they play a couple bars and that's it, and you'll recognize it or you won't. But yeah, it seems like R2, dude, it seems like that I always got the ones that Joe made because he made the Van Halen ones most of the time.
Yeah. I do a couple of Van Halens and I try to, I'm like, you know what, Joe has this. He's going to get this one. I mean, Joe's into the, nothing wrong with it. Love it. Everybody loves it. The 80s hairband stuff, you know?
Oh yeah.
That's what I love.
Me too, dude.
What I love.
And that's his passion. That's his era. So I try not to touch on that so much. You know, Dave likes to mingle into the metal a little bit. So do I. And I like to mix it up. Old classic, you know, put some Sabbath in there, some Zeppelin in there. Yeah, so we like to mix it up. It's nice, man. It's we all have different styles, and that's what makes it unique.
That's very cool, man.
Joe can play too. You can play.
Oh yeah,
Dave
man.
can play.
You guys all play really well. You guys are accomplished guitar players.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice to see you tonight too, Dave. Always good to see you, bro.
Really good to see you, Dave. Absolutely.
That's right, brother.
I saw where Joe and Ralph were live this afternoon. Good to see Joe.
Yeah. I saw it for a little bit. I jumped on for a moment. I was at lunch. I noticed that you were at lunch. You were eating steak and onion rings or something. I think I saw.
Yeah. I popped on while I was at lunch.
I saw it for like a second. I go, oh, and I was about to mention something, and then my boss called me, and I'm like, I gotta jump out. I couldn't even say hello.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch the replay.
I watched Joe, and I don't think they went long, but they talked about their music and all. But yeah, I was eating the steak and cheese and onion rings.
Yeah. That sounded tasty.
It was, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers, Billy.
So here's Joe right here. Look.
Yeah.
It's right there, man.
With the bumblebee.
Boom. Yeah, dude.
Hey, R2, have you got any new guitars lately? Any thing that you've acquired recently?
Not recently. I'm in the works of maybe y'all can help me here in the chat. I have quite a big collection of guitars. I have 12 guitars. Most of my Van Halen guitars are Wolfgangs. I do have a couple super strats, but I don't have anything striped. So I've been kind of thinking, Mike. Man.
Now, let me just step out there and say everybody should have something striped.
Yeah,
You're a guitar player, you need something striped.
Yeah, that's there's
something striped or something striped.
I need something striped, and I keep on hearing Joe Wentz's voice, and I talked to him, and he would say, "What are you talking about? You don't have anything striped."
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Big Van Halen fan, you don't have anything striped except what's on your wall. And here, I'm like, I know, man. I go, I want to get something, and I'll show you guys something really quick. Back in 2007, for all the Van Halen freaks know what happened in 2007. 2007 is when they released the true relic Frankie. So at that time, I was like, man, I really want to get the Frankie. But I don't know what was going on in my head at that time. I just didn't want to get anything striped at that time. I didn't, if I wanted to take it out and play a show or something, I'm like, people are going to be expecting me to play something Van Halen. At that time, you wanted to play your original music. So let me show you something, what I did purchase back in 2007. Let me go get it real quick.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Keith Campbell, that's exactly what came to my mind, what you just wrote when he said that. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But just for a moment.
All right. He's behind the curtain. He might need a drum roll.
All right, here we go. Here. So in 2007, I'm like, well, I want to get my own Super Strat, my own Frankie. And I love the idea of seeing the humbucker and a single coil. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I go, man, if I can just find a Super Strat out there that has a humbucker and a single coil. So my lovely wife found this, and she purchased this without me knowing.
No way.
Yeah,
she bought
really?
This as a, she bought this as a gift. Lady. You keep her. She's a keeper.
She was in contact with the Music Zoo in New York, and
when did she buy this?
2007.
Okay.
And in 2007, the Music Zoo released this exclusive run. And they were numbered, they were stamped. It's got a stamp on the back of the headstock. And I was just like, this is phenomenal. So here's the headstock. So it's a Charvel.
Oh, dude.
Let's see if I can get the light on her. It's a one-piece maple neck Charvel custom shop. And on the back of the headstock, it's stamped TMZ for the Music Zoo, and then it would have a 3-digit number. And so they made it like a limited run. I don't know how many of these they did. They had a couple of them going out. You can still see them sometimes on the used market. So it's an all maple one-piece neck. And the cool thing about it is there's no paint job to it. It's an all natural here. So I'll show you real quick. All natural, one-piece mahogany body. One-piece mahogany body, single coil and humbucker. Original Floyd Rose. And here it is.
Oh, dude, that is beautiful.
Check it out.
That is absolutely beautiful.
And
So right off the bat, a couple of questions.
Yeah.
How heavy is the body? How heavy is the guitar itself?
This it's not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
I don't know exactly. Yeah, Quentin James. Every time I play this on my videos, he's like, "I love that guitar."
Right there.
It's not heavy. It's all one piece mahogany, so there's no
Mhm.
seams. It's not a two piece. It's a one piece
Gotcha.
mahogany. I love that it was all natural. Thank you, Andy. One piece mahogany body. I mean, it has the skunk stripe in the back. I don't know if you can see the flame on that back of that on the neck a little bit. You can
get it up a little closer if you can. Can you get it a little closer or two without hitting your mic?
Let's see here. It's just the light. It's just
I can barely see it, but it's there. You can see it's there. That's beautiful. What is the radius on that neck? Is it 10-inch, 12-inch?
So the compound radius is
it's a compound radius. Okay.
12 to 16. 12 to 16.
Okay.
So it flattens out at the higher register here. Almost like it feels like a Jackson. So I own a lot of Jacksons.
Okay.
And it has that it just has that super Strat Charvel, that classic Charvel neck.
Yeah.
Just when you bar the chords up here, it just feels so nice on my fingers, and then when you go up in the higher notes, plays so nice. I recently did a video dedicated to Joe Wentz, Out of Love from Van Halen, and I used this as the main riff of the guitar of the song, just because Eddie playing when I first heard that song, getting those notes. I have all these guitars, and I tried pretty much all my guitars to play those notes. There's this unique thump that you hear Eddie when those two notes, that dun 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 dun, and this guitar does it right. And it feels right when you play those notes. It's that pickup and that's in there. This is a Seymour Duncan Custom 5, it's called.
Okay.
Because it uses the Alnico 5 magnets. So it's Seymour Duncan Custom 5. This is a Seymour Duncan Cool Rail. So it uses the blades like the hot rails.
Like hot rail would.
But it's not hot. It's cool. And so when you hit it up in that part, it just...
it's going to sound a little more buttery. A little more buttery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you use them?
For the single coil,
how do you use them? Mainly, I mean, do you use both at once, or
you
use
both
bridge
at once
mainly, or
for cleans? When you put both of them on clean notes beautifully. On the bridge pickup, anything classic Van Halen. If I want to play any old Van Halen tunes, Van Halen 1, 2, this would be the pickup.
What'd you play in Out of Love again?
The bridge pickup. Yeah, you got to use the bridge pickup. And then when I went for the solo, I used actually the Wolfgang, made in Japan, which I'll bring that out next. But yeah, the Wolfgang made in Japan, I did it for the solo. That pickup, it uses the USA Wolfgangs. I know a lot of individuals say that they're all the same. I have a Wolfgang Standard that's made in Indonesia that has the Wolfgang pickups, and I actually believe that those pickups are hotter than the USA.
When you're doing that solo, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you're doing that solo, are you using the neck or the bridge pickup?
Bridge pickup.
That's okay.
Bridge pickup. Yeah, bridge pickup. The only time I used the neck pickup on this particular guitar is if I'm doing this pickup does a lot of cool, kind of like that Inve Malmsteen kind of, if you're going to do some fast runs or Pregio style pickups, or even bluesy pickups, this is the one. But this thing has the bridge pickup. it just has a nice thump. I can't describe
Yeah,
it. It
yeah.
just, when you palm mute the notes, those old
It's
Van
very
Halen songs,
percussive. It's a
it's
percussive
percussive,
humbucker.
yeah, and the highs just have this nice chime. The
Mhm.
mid-range is just perfect. So this pickup is just beautiful.
I'm guessing
Just
that
beautiful.
guitar is perfectly intonated and balanced out right. How's the
Oh
action
yeah.
on it? You
Oh
like
my
your action
gosh.
super low?
This is you can get this thing so super low. I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
almost looks like it's
They look
uh
almost like the strings are laying on the frets right now.
it pretty much is. And then when I would
Yeah,
do this little this right here, this picture,
yeah, yeah.
this reminds me of Nesdal. Dave Nesdal
Thank
would
you.
go,
That's
yeah,
exactly right,
he
man.
would go, this thing is so low, it's almost buzzing. But
And then
with
he'd
the
make an excuse why you've got to have some relief so that you have a little
oh
action and
yeah,
playability.
yeah, yeah. If I
Yeah.
rest in peace, Dave Nesdal,
Rest in
man.
peace, David. Absolutely.
But yeah, if I would have handed this guitar, he would say perfect.
Now, Keith asked a question. I was going to ask the same one. Is that a floating trim or is it a fixed trim? It's
This
fixed, isn't
is
it?
uh
It looks like it's
it's a top mounted. There is no recessed.
okay.
It does have it is floating though.
Oh, it is.
I
Okay.
I don't have a trem block on there, or a trem stopper. Um, I like it like that. It is kind of cool. It has the ability to
What?
just a little bit. Not
Okay.
you
So
can't pull it up.
the reason I don't really like a floating trim like that is because when I palm mute, my big old stupid palm will throw it sharp because
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
I know
So
what
Some
you're
I'm
talking about,
people
totally
but
like
accustomed to it.
some people
um,
like
Yeah.
I
yeah,
got
some
used
people
to it.
like it though.
I
You
think
adapted to it.
I
I got
adapted
you.
to it. I
Let
think
me ask you this.
I found the right perfect spot where
Uh-huh.
I know where to put my hand to to pick as hard as I want, and you won't hear
Gotcha.
that
Gotcha.
that tone shift.
There you go. There you go. And what type of Floyd is that specifically? Is it a
Original Floyd Rose,
okay?
German Floyd Rose, straight from the custom shop
Gotcha.
factory.
And
These are the specs from TMZ. The Music Zoo, they spec'd this out. I guess at that time, I don't know if they did it intentionally when the Frankie was coming out at that time, but he
yeah,
wanted to come out with these super strats where it was all one piece maple necks, the
Show us the back
humbucker.
of that, dude.
Yeah. Usually on the super strats I have it uncovered. It has the traditional Jackson Charvel
claw.
backing plate on there. I
Oh,
put it back
okay. I'm
on.
sorry.
That number that you see there, I used to number my guitars. I still do.
Mhm.
This is number 7.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's just a little tradition of mine that I'll place a number on there so I know which this is my number 7.
That's an R2 thing.
And that's the back,
That's beautiful, dude.
the neck
Oh
plate
goodness.
for the original PO box from Charvel back in the day.
Oh
The,
man.
the San Dimas PO Box 245, San Dimas, California.
Wow.
But
Right on.
Wow.
so yeah, one
The
of my
nut, is it an R2 or R3 nut?
this is an R3 nut.
Okay, and I was going to ask. There's my one question I want to ask because I'm ignorant about some things, guys. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
Educate
yeah.
myself
Ask
too.
away, man. Ask away.
Because it's a compound radius neck.
Yeah.
Does that accommodate the little bit wider string variation in the nut between it being an R3 as opposed to an R2?
Yeah, this is my big hands, man.
Yes.
I got Paul Gilbert hands. I wish I could play like Paul Gilbert, but I have the Paul Gilbert fingers. This is comfortable for me. The spacing on it, the
Mhm.
width of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I can see why Eddie at that time would go back and forth. He would
Mhm.
use the R3 nut. That's the whole basis of my name.
Mhm.
Was the whole Eddie thing is what was
Sure.
the two common nut sizes that he would use would be the R2 or the R3.
Mhm.
The R3 were mainly the Charvel, the Jacksons. I have Jackson guitars, neck
Mhm.
throughs that
Mhm.
are R3 nuts. I'm so
Mhm.
used to that width.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
And then when I go to R2, it's thinner. It's a little bit
Yes.
the width of it is smaller.
And the shape of the back of the neck has a lot to do with the feel of that R2 nut and how good it feels too, because it takes up the mass.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
It's interesting how guitar necks vary,
Yeah.
even though they're essentially the length doesn't really change, but the whole structure and everything about them, the geometry of every inch of that neck is fascinating when you compare it to other necks.
The unique thing about this neck too is from the factory, it's they use gun oil.
Yeah.
The gun oil neck, man, you can see the flame on there right there.
Yeah.
But it's that eddy thing too, is that the natural oils of your hands as the years go by, this neck feels a lot different than when I bought it.
Interesting.
It feels worn in.
Mhm.
And when people have played Charvel necks and actually play this, you'll know it is that Charvel carve, the neck, the back of the neck.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain how it's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's not like an Ibanez. It's different from my Jacksons.
I would
My Jacksons are different.
As you describe that neck to me, I liken it to an ESP style neck. That's kind of what I would think that you were talking about. Would I be close? Would I be close?
So see, the ESPs remind me of my Jacksons.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's because from my understanding, there's a lot of individuals that came from the Jackson factory to ESP.
Yes.
And
That's true.
They took a lot of what they learned from Grover Jackson over to ESP.
They took everything they learned from Grover Jackson over there.
Right? It's just weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I actually thought when I bought this Charvel, I go, I'm going to love this because it's going to feel like my Jacksons. And then when I play this, I go, whoa, dude, this is a Charvel.
Your wife obviously did homework. She did her homework when she bought the guitar for you, because it could have very easily been something else.
She when she saw me online and I go, look at this. This looks so cool. There's no paint job on it.
Yeah.
I go, you don't have to worry about what color it is, the lacquer on it.
Looks great.
I
got you.
Nice.
Dude, you've had that thing for 15 years. You can see the neck. You've played it, but you've taken good care of it.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
I love it, man. This is
what kind of frets are on that? That's not stainless steel, is it?
They're not stainless steel, but they're jumbo.
Okay.
They're jumbo frets, but I've when I go, let's say Guitar Center or Sam Ash, and I play another Charvel made in Mexico or whatnot, they play nice, they play cool, but it's not the same.
It's not the same finish on it.
It's not the same finish. It has a different feel to it.
Yeah.
I can't describe it. And so this neck is just the way it goes, man. And that was one of the first times that they were, you can see the hex key there. That's what I used to for the locking.
Oh yeah. And how many of those were made?
I can't say because you know what? This one is it's stamped TMZ 074. And from my understanding, they made humbucker. They would use different types of pickups. They would use either original German Floyd Rose, or they would use the brass old school tremolo bridges that they used back in the day. The one thing I did learn is see this volume knob.
Mm-hmm.
It's a brass volume knob. And they made a point to make sure that these are the leftover brass parts that they had left over from the Jackson factory before Jackson sold it, Grover Jackson.
Great.
So it looks aged. Even when I bought it new, I go, why is this volume knob look kind of beat up?
Yeah.
And then it made sense. And
is
so
it
that's
a
a key.
pot? Just out of curiosity.
It's what do you call it? It's slow.
Okay.
you can't do volume, the Van Halen volume swells.
Okay, I got you.
So, but that's fine
But
with
it
me.
cleans up real nice, though. It's a responsive
It's a very high professional
potentiometer. Yeah,
yeah.
very cool.
It's
very cool.
Sean. I don't know if you guys know who Sean Silas is.
Mhm.
Sean Silas
Name is-
is well known from the EVH Jackson and Charvel. He's the one. I have the hang tags. Sean Silas is the one that set this up and wired it.
Really?
Ben Coombs has had him on the show. Johnny's had him on the show.
Yeah.
Multiple individuals have had Sean Silas on.
You've seen him a couple
Yeah,
times.
and Sean knows who I am if he's out there. What's up, Sean? I've always been proud to say Sean Silas has set up this guitar, and I still have the hand tags from it. And
That's
I
very
wouldn't,
cool.
I wouldn't
That's
touch
very cool.
any of the wiring. The pickup selector, everything as far as the components are top notch. Nothing's cheap about this guitar. It just feels solid.
Excellent.
And it's a keeper. It's a keeper for
Nice.
sure.
Do you have a strap on that right now, R2?
I do not, but I use one of my favorite straps to use is the DiMarzio clip-on
Awesome.
clip lock.
Awesome.
Oh, you
So-
use
Great
those.
strap.
Okay.
Great strap.
You use
So,
those on
I've been-
all of them, or
I pretty much I use every guitar has the DiMarzios, even my Gibson Les Paul that I have with the P90s have it. The only guitars that don't have it are the Wolfgangs. They have the eye hooks.
yeah,
So I'll
Very
break out the next one if you guys don't mind.
yeah,
please,
rock on,
please.
bro. Go get it.
I hope I'm not boring anybody out
No,
there.
no.
No,
you're
just,
In fact,
hell
I'm
no.
grabbing a quick cup of coffee. You guys hold your breath. This is cool. Be right back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. Give me one moment.
Right on. All right. So yeah, we'll be doing trivia a little later. Hard question.
How's
Oh,
that back?
look at him.
How's that right there?
Right
Be right
on,
back.
dude. All right, you got the green screen going on. Guitar porn. Yeah. I may stump you guys for trivia later. Yeah. But we'll be playing for, let me take one out. Okay, yeah. So real quick, we're gonna be playing for this. This is the last Van Halen FairWarning After-Show Pass. There shall be no more, kiddos. So if you want one, tonight's your last shot at it. Last one. Last call.
Last call, everybody.
All right.
That's a cool pass.
Yeah.
It's a great pass.
Hey, Nelson.
Nelson, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. It's good to see
Nelson, what's up, brother? So, Wolfgang specials.
you. Yes.
Currently, they're made in Mexico, and the ones that I was looking for were the made in Japan or made in China.
Okay.
And
You
reason
said
being,
the ones you were looking for were either made in China or Japan.
yeah, that's what.
Lenny Lou is here.
Yeah,
Love you, sweetheart. You and Mary.
Lenny Lou. Good to see you, Lenny. And the reason why I was looking for those were they were using USA EVH
Ian's
Wolfgang
Guitar Shack.
pickups.
What's up, bro?
they had the wiring. So pretty much they had the same specs as the USA made ones.
Mhm.
Stainless steel frets, USA Wolfgang pickups, the volume knobs, the tone knobs, same as the setup as the USA.
Mhm.
So I found this used on Guitar Center. I've showed this on my show. I think I've showed this once before, but I'm gonna show it off again.
Mhm.
Here, let me change my background here. There we go.
There you go.
All right, here we go. So this is a made in Japan Wolfgang hardtail,
Right on.
non-trem. Now, some individuals, it's controversial. They think of Eddie. They think Floyd Rose. But you have seen Eddie with the stop tail.
I'm sure you have.
Plenty of photos out there, videos of him playing it, even live.
And on
When-
record.
That's a beautiful guitar. That trim
So-
is awesome.
So it has the kind of like the Tone Pros bridge. The stop tail is with the fine tuners.
Mhm.
And why that's in place is because it has an R2 locking nut.
Yeah.
And
He said an R2. Now that's an R2 right there.
that's an R2. The Wolfgangs are R2. So the width is a little bit narrower.
Mhm. Mhm.
The frets are stainless steel, vintage frets, so not the jumbo frets. So it's a different feel. I love these frets. They're awesome.
Is the neck a little bit more of a soft C shape, a little more chunk to the neck as far as the thickness?
The back of it has that Wolfgang.
Mhm.
That's that carve, that special
Okay.
carve that the Ernie Balls and everybody were talking about, where it's a little bit thicker on the thumb
Mhm.
area.
Mhm. It's an offset, sort of
Yeah,
an A,
offset. Yeah,
kind of, if you
so
look at it that
and
way.
by where
Yeah.
your index finger is, it gets a little narrower.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it has a different feel of it, different feel from the Jacksons, different feel from the Charvels.
What's the radius in that neck?
This one's the EVH are the 12 to 16.
12 to 60.
12 to
16.
16.
Okay.
Same thing. So
Okay.
it has that familiar feel on the high register where it's flatter,
Mhm.
and then it gets a little up on the upper register here, a little bit rounder.
I
Just
got you.
not bad.
Got you.
Not bad. Bird's eye maple
It's beautiful.
on the top. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can kind of see the
Yeah,
bird's
we
eye
can.
on there.
What year is
Um,
this again, R2? This guitar
This
is
is
what year?
this is a 2011.
Okay.
2011. Modification, if there is any modification on it, is I added this pickup ring on here.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. I just thought it looked cool.
It does look cool, man.
I just noticed that the neck pickup was a little bit flatter into the body of the guitar as it went up a little bit. The bridge pickup was a little bit higher.
Mhm.
You can see,
The spindle and everything in there. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I put that on there, I go, I actually like the way that looks. Like, I'm gonna keep it on there.
That's
Just
cool.
one night I just put it on. I'm like, I'm gonna leave it on.
Excellent. Excellent.
The specials. This is weird. I put a little arrow on here with the electrical tape because on the standards in the USA, the bridge pickup is up,
It's reversed. Yeah.
and on the specials, the bridge pickup is down,
Mhm.
which are like the Les Pauls, and that's what some individuals are used to, and that's cool. But I get confused when I pick up this one.
Mhm.
I put it up in the up position, thinking that I'm on the bridge, and
Mhm.
you can tell you're
Yeah.
not. You're on the neck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a while ago back, I could put that little arrow on there just to be silly, and I'm like, yeah, that will remind me just to keep it down.
Let
And
me
I
ask
understand.
you a crazy question.
Yeah,
It's a dual humbucking guitar. You got two humbuckers. Do you like to play with the neck pickup that much, or do you primarily like that guitar for the playability and the sound you get out of the bridge pickup? I know
The
it's a crazy
bread,
question.
yeah. I mean, I do
Mhm.
use the neck pickup sometimes in this, not as much. On
Yeah.
my other guitars, I switch back and forth,
Hmm.
depending on what I'm doing. A lot for soloing, I'll go back and forth.
Hmm.
There's something about the Wolfgang bridge pickups
I've heard about 4 or 5 guys say
that
what you just said in the last year.
you just leave it there.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it, it everything sounds great there.
Yeah.
Lead playing, rhythm playing, everything. Um, yeah, Tune-O-Matic,
Yeah.
Andy Carson.
Andy,
That's
I was
correct.
going to ask if that, I was going to ask him that too. A Tune-O-Matic bridge is what it looked like to me.
Yeah, you can see the you can adjust it. It's just like the Les Paul style
Mhm.
Tune-O-Matic.
Let me
Um,
ask you, does that stay in tune? How does it stay in tune?
oh,
Good.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Right now, I have um, I obtained a free set of NYXLs, the
Mhm.
Adarios from
Okay.
Guitar Center, which
Mhm.
are kind of expensive for a pack. Um, but they work well with stainless steel. My understanding, if you use the NYXLs on the regular nickel frets, they kind of wear them down a little bit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but with this being stainless steel, oh my man, it just sounds great. You stretch them out,
Yeah.
it stays
Yeah.
in tune.
Yeah.
Right now, I have the locking nuts unlocked, and I'm not diving or anything. And I play, I bend, and it stays in tune. It stays in
Mm,
tune. I don't have to.
right on.
I forget to lock it sometimes, and I play.
Hmm.
When I did the solo, I was playing and I realized that I didn't lock the nut, and I thought I was going to get out of tune, and it stayed in tune. What's up, Paulie? Paulie
That's
Walnut.
because it's got real good quality tuners. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's got tuning
What's up,
stability.
Polly?
Here's another thing that
Wally, right there,
that
bro.
happened too. I kept the
Gene
original
Schmidt,
tuners.
welcome, dude.
Gene, right on, Gene.
The tuners that come on the made in Japan and the made in China are the ones that they use for the USA, which are the Pearloid
Hmm.
tuners here.
Hmm.
But what I did with this one is I went and bought a set of locking Goto tuners.
Oh, dude, that is a real nice.
So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Not having it locked. Once I had them all stretched,
Yeah,
easier to tune.
you don't need to lock yourself in if you don't not using not using a trim bar on that.
Yeah.
If you've
Oh,
got good brass tuners right there, and those things are top of
this
the
by the
line.
way is Diodario
Yeah,
little tuner.
yeah,
But you can see the little sticker back here, made in Japan.
yeah.
Sought after. I know these are kind of hard to find. Once you find them, scoop them up.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're popular. I get it now. Um, I would love to have this with a Floyd Rose. I always wanted to find one with a Floyd Rose.
Mhm.
But this is a keeper for sure, man. This thing is so super light.
Wow.
Super light. Feels great. I got the eye hooks on here. I got the EVH straps. Um,
Very cool.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it
man.
is.
That what do they call this? Vintage white, which is basically like the yellow look, but
Yeah.
You gotta love a hardtail, though.
yeah, you got to have one in your arsenal,
Boom.
for sure. And like I said, I have some friends that are true diehard Van Halen fans, and they're like, Van Halen guitar without a Floyd, come on. Um, but they just like to give me crap.
Yeah, that's all good.
It's all good.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get the next one, man. The
Yeah,
next one.
Please.
dude.
Please. That's excellent.
Right on.
Yeah, we said hey to Gene Schmidt. That's right. It's good to see you, Gene. Right
Yeah.
on, man.
Mm,
Time for trivia.
mm. I'm gonna while R2's going to get that, I'm going to go get some tea,
You get some
and,
tea, man.
and we'll check out what he's got, and then we'll get trivia.
I'm having coffee out of my Tinker mug. Holly Lewis, love you, sweetheart. Holly, in case you weren't here, I got today, when I got home, I have a couple of boxes. These are frames for your poster and a couple of Van Halen posters that I have. So it'll be hanging up, I think, maybe by the next show. So I'm anxious to get that done. I've been procrastinating for way too long, sweetheart. And yeah. Hey, Johnny Heartbreaker, what's going on? It's good to see you, man. Love you too, Holly. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, there we go.
All righty.
Tony went to get some tea.
Excellent. How's everyone doing out in the chat there?
Janice, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Janice Lala.
Hi, Janice.
Hey, girl. Very cool. I guess we should wait for him just to be appropriate, R2.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to say, you guys should have gone on without me, but you know how it is.
We'll wait for Tony.
Yeah, Tony rocks, man. There he is.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. R2, show us what you got, bro.
All right. This is the main X. Let me give you a little background story. So, who knew you had your feelings that Eddie wasn't feeling good? Who knew that Eddie was going to pass?
Yeah, who knew that Rose Bowl show was going to be his last live performance?
Right? And
yeah, man. Hollywood Bowl. I'm sorry, Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl.
And at that time, I was talking to my wife, and I said, you know, I got this bad feeling. I don't know. I go, how is the world going to react when, if and when Eddie passes? And I said, you know, I want to get a really nice Wolfgang. I'd like to find a Wolfgang guitar. And I went looking online, and I said, I will buy a Wolfgang. You start playing these little games in your head. I'll buy a Wolfgang only if it's available at a local guitar center by my house. And I found a Wolfgang, USA Wolfgang, and I went, okay. And I didn't check location. I just said, if it's anywhere near my house, I'm gonna buy it. And then I looked at it said you can filter it and say locations near your zip code, and I picked 3 guitar centers because here in the Chicagoland area we have guitar centers pretty much in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one locally a couple minutes away, 20 minutes away from my house, and I said, you have to be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, man.
Wow.
So I looked at the picture, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. You see Guitar Center, and they got this little small photo. And I looked at it, and I go, oh, hey, it's an all maple neck. It says 2010. It's a 2010 all maple. And I go, I believe it's black. And so I said, if I buy this thing, I'm gonna call it Tennessee Tuxedo.
I know what that is. I actually used to watch Tennessee Tuxedo. Wow.
And I go, I'm gonna call
Wow.
it Tennessee Tuxedo because I thought it was all black. And so I went with my two younger sons, and I said, we're gonna go to Guitar Center. We're gonna go check this out. And I just put it in the cart, purchased it, and I said, if I don't like it, I can bring it back. It's a beautiful thing. I don't have to mail it back.
Right.
I don't have to ship it anywhere.
That's right.
I said, I'm just gonna go there and check it out. And when the salesman came up to me and said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I bought a guitar online. I'm here to pick it up." And they're like, "Oh yeah, what's the name?" Gave him the name, and he comes out with the case and puts it on the counter. And he goes, "All right, there you go, man." And I go, "Hey, real quick, do you mind if I open it up real quick?
Nice to take a look at it, wouldn't it?
Can I just take a look? I just want to make sure it's in one piece." He goes, "Oh yeah, absolutely, man. If you want to plug it in, go ahead." I'm sorry, because I thought you just want to just grab it and take it to go. And I opened it up and I went, "Oh, okay. All right." I just looked at it and I went, "Oh man. It's black cherry. It's a black cherry
Black
Wolfgang."
cherry. A
And I
black
went,
cherry
I
Wolfgang.
thought it was really dark, and I go, "Oh wait, I can see the quilt on the top." I go, "That's even cooler than a
I've
solid
never
black."
seen a black cherry Wolfgang.
So I went black cherry. I go, "Okay." And I closed it up real quick because I almost felt like I was robbing the store, because it would freak you out how much I paid this guitar for, how much money I paid at that time before the whole. Remember, this is a month before Eddie died. So I bought this guitar, and then a month later, Eddie passed away, and I only paid at that time $1,700.
What?
$1,700 USA
So the
made.
price seriously changed a couple of months later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out the door.
You bought that guitar at Rob's music store, dude.
Rob's music store. And I almost felt like it, because when I opened up the case, I seriously went, "Okay." And I closed the case real quick. And my son noticed that I went, "Shoo." He goes, "Dad, what's the matter?" And I go, "Nothing. Let's get out of here."
Yeah.
And I made a video. It's on my channel I didn't make a video of the purchase, but I made a video of me walking up to the store. You can see a little clip of me walking.
I haven't seen that, R2. I got to look that up and see.
And you can see me. I even put on the captions, as I put on there, that this is what the guitar looked like in the back of my SUV, because I had to open it up to make sure. I got to make sure this is for real. And I opened it up and I just took a quick picture of it. And I'm like, "Oh man." I took it home. My wife didn't even know I did this. I came home, and she came home from work, and she saw me just kind of staring at it, and I was cleaning it up and everything. And she saw me with the camera videotaping it, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm making a video for my channel." And she goes, "What's that?" And I go, "I just bought a Wolfgang." And she's like, "What?" Now, she remembers when I said the USA Wolfgangs were 3,000 plus. So if she was automatically thinking I just dropped $3,500 on a brand new Wolfgang. So here is the black cherry USA Wolfgang. I made some upgrades. I'll tell you what they are, but here it is.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. It's a burst. It's a black cherry burst. Is that correct, R2?
So when you saw the picture, now it looks black right there.
It looks black like this. Like when I go like this, and they took the picture, I go, "Oh, it's a black." And I like that. I really, really like those black maple.
I have never seen that finish on a Wolfgang ever.
And so when I saw it up close and the light was hitting it, I go, "Oh, it's like a burst. It's a black cherry burst."
Yeah, and it's beautiful, man. It pops. Wow. What the? Could you spin it around? Can we see the back?
So the back is just solid black.
It's a black. Okay.
Solid
okay.
Black. And as you can see with all the fingerprints, I play
That's
this
fine,
guitar a lot.
man.
I
You
play a
play
lot.
it. You
Play this
play
thing
it.
a lot.
Excellent. That's what you're supposed to do.
I
Dave.
didn't polish it up or anything. I love the binding on it.
Oh, that's just
Yeah,
spectacular.
I dig
And
the
so
binding.
what I did was the upgrades on it is obviously I FU-tone everything. I get the titanium
Yeah.
screws
Screws.
up here. I did it with the EVH made in Japan. They're the titanium ones.
Mhm.
I did not change the tuners. I kept the tuners the same.
Okay.
Per
And it's
wedge.
not really that important because you've got such a good locking nut right there.
Yeah, the locking nut
I
is
mean,
great.
it takes
I
it out of
like
that
those
equation.
tuners.
They're
On that
beautiful. Yeah.
on that neck, I like that. I like those tuners.
Yeah, even the headstock has the
Has the burst. Yeah,
It's
right
beautiful,
on.
man.
EVH Wolfgang. It's got a
Beautiful.
beautiful bird's eye
So
maple neck.
you slammed that damn guitar case down and you scampered out of there like you had to pee.
Yeah, I left before they go. Sir, I'm sorry. That guitar is $3,000.
That's right. That's right.
Because
Oh Lord.
Because when I purchased that, I put it on my Guitar Center card. I went, okay, $1,700. It was like 15 something, $1,600 tax. By the time I walked out of there, it was like $1,700, so close to $1,700. And I'm like, all right, done. I'm out.
Crazy.
And then I looked at it and I went, what the?
You were doing that McDonald happy dance.
Oh, you should have seen me. And then I was looking in the I was looking around in the parking lot and I go, somebody's gonna jump me. Somebody's gonna go, there
They're
he
gonna
is.
come
Grab him.
running out. Yes.
Sure. There he is, man.
Mr. Lockingnut, wait a second. We've made a mistake.
So my kids right away, they saw my demeanor, was just like, let's go, guys. Let's get out of here.
Wow.
And they're like, Dad, what happened? I'm like, nothing. We got to go before they figure it out. And they're figure what out? I'm like, before they think I robbed them. You robbed them? I'm like, no. I'm just.
That's crazy. Have you upgraded the Floyd with titanium string block inserts?
Yeah, I did the whole. You can see it on there. I did the whole
all
titanium
the screws.
inserts, the titanium screws, the
Yeah.
titanium screw for the D-tuna. I put the red D-tuna on there.
Right on.
Everything is titanium screws. This I actually replaced, and it's a whole German Floyd Rose. I still have the EVH Floyd Rose.
Okay.
So
let me ask you a question.
It has the block.
Do you notice? Oh, look at that. That's a nice block. Do you notice? What is the main thing you notice between an FU tone Floyd and an EVH Floyd? What's the difference?
Well, this, I mean, it has the FU tone parts, titanium, but this is the German Floyd Rose.
I got you. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The German Floyd Rose. I did replace the German Floyd.
So you've upgraded the German Floyd with FU tone parts. My bad.
With FU tone parts. Yes.
I got you.
Right.
Yes. So, pretty much all the guitars I have, all of them do have the German Floyd Rose. I just the quality of them, the tuners, the fine tuners feel better. It's just solid.
I got you.
Solid.
Yeah, all Floyds are not the same. Just because it says Floyd Rose, they do vary. They do,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, just putting the titanium parts on there, the chrome, just everything just blings on there.
Yeah.
And then I just put the brass block, the L block.
Oh, that's an L block. Oh yeah,
so it fills up the space, and then I put the trim stopper in there to keep for
so it's
tuning stability.
Trim now for tuning stability. Okay.
Tuning stability, and it does help resonate the tone. I do feel when I changed everything, all the parts on here from stock when I bought it to what I have it now, it resonates louder.
You can hear it acoustically before you even plug it
Absolutely.
in. Right? I got you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can feel it rumble through my fingers.
Nice.
And then I just I had to buy I bought this from the Van Halen store. They were having a sale on the D-tuners, and I bought the red because they were kind of for a while saying that the reds were limited edition, limited edition. I don't know. I think you still get them, but you know what? Even though it doesn't match like the black cherry, but I
it
think it
looks
would
totally
just be
custom.
cool, just to have it,
Mm-hmm.
just the
Well, if the
red
guitar's
tune.
unique, that's the first one of those I've ever seen like that. And there may be a few out there, but that's more of a unique color than what you normally would see.
Yeah, they only made them, I want to say, during that run that year for 2010.
Wow.
I try to look it up. I did see some on the Music Zoo, but they're all sold out. They're like, they'll say product unavailable, obviously. But yeah, I looked up the serial number, looked up the date, 2010.
So in hindsight, do you think that they mislisted it or something,
I
or
I
just
don't know.
hurried to get it up, or?
I was at when I purchased it, I'll put it in my cart, I'll buy it, and if there's something wrong with it, gouges, scratches, if something doesn't seem right, I'll return it. And I don't know. I really think at that time, I don't think they knew what they had in their hands. For the price, when I saw it, I thought it was a mistake. I said, "Let me go check it out."
That would make one, at least if you're saying that you have a few guitar centers close by, that would make me want to go online and check them often, bro.
I do, and that's how I found the because I bought what was that, like a year ago, 2 years ago, less than a year and a half ago. That made in Japan one from online. You go to I have the app. I have the Guitar Center app. But if you even
So
just
that happened at another local store?
yeah, that one,
Right on.
the made in Japan was not at a local store. It was from the same state, but they had to ship it to my store, and I was okay with that. I was just like, all right, well, I'll have it shipped here, and yeah, that's it. I scooped it up, and that one.
It was a steal too.
That one I bought about a year ago. This is the strange thing about it. So what did I pay for this? Like $1,700. At that time, right before Eddie passed away. So that made in Japan one, I paid $1,600.
Wow, interesting. You got
so.
a
lot of people go, that's too much, but you got to remember, Eddie already passed. The prices are going up. They were sought after, made in Japan. I wanted one, stainless steel frets, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm almost paying the same for this."
Right.
Yeah. But I wanted to add it to my collection, and I felt that I got lucky with this thing, so I just went. I bought it. I had to get it. And you got to remember the ones with the USA, the ones that made in Japan, they come with cases. So when you get the standards and the made in Mexico specials, no case, not even a gig bag. So
is the case that they come in? Is it an EVH hard shell?
It's an EVH hard shell. Yes. Okay. And I like it because right now I have both of them stacked on top of each other. They lock. Nice. You stack them up and they lock in place. They're like the
SKB style. SKB style. Yeah.
SKB style. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really the best case. If I'm going to ship a guitar across the country, just put it in an SKB case. You'll get the guitar intact, even if the case is scratched up and beat all the hell.
The cool thing is, you can leave the tremolo bar on there. It's a habit of mine. I just take it off and put it in the pocket.
Sure.
But you can leave it in there and close the case. It has the actual space on there, so you can leave the actual bar. Yeah.
Relief in it. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, R2. Now we're still no closer to having you a striped guitar. Do you still not own a striped guitar?
Do not own a striped guitar, and I was gonna pull the trigger Saturday. I was actually Saturday, because when I was watching your show, I was gonna ask in the chat which one should I get? But I mean, it varies. Everyone has their favorite. Um, you start thinking,
So
I'm like,
you're
what should you
looking.
get? Should you get a bumblebee? Is the bumblebee? Does it
So
need?
let me ask you this: what route are you wanting to take? Are you wanting something that pre-exists that's out there on a shelf somewhere, or do you want something custom like you want it?
That's the thing.
That's a
I.
really good question,
That's
Tony.
a good question. That's the kicker right there. I keep on going back and forth. I mean, one
Mhm.
day I'll sit there and go, I want a custom 5150. And then the next day I'll look at this bandana over here and I go, I want a bumblebee.
Yeah. The answer really is very simple. You need at least 3 or 4 striped
Yeah,
guitars. A guy like you needs 3 or 4.
Right.
Because if you get one, I got a Frankie a few months ago because Tony got one. I thought it'd be really cool to get a Neil Daly build and have a matching brother sister guitar with Tony. That's really why I did it,
Now
right?
that's what I would do.
Well,
well,
Is
it,
I would
look what happened
call
with the Wolfgangs.
I would call Neil right there.
There you go.
Right
Yeah.
on.
And so
but
what
now I've
happened?
got 2. I have that in a Hot for Teacher. And there is a Bumblebee in my future. There's a Wolfgang in my future.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So
a guy like you need at
But see,
least
this is how
3
this the
striped
band has
guitars.
started with the Wolfgangs. I started off
Yeah.
with the I
Yeah.
haven't shown the EVH standard. I got to pull that one next. I started off with the EVH standard, and then I went, I got to get them all. So I
Now,
went. Then I got the USA, and then
yeah.
I go, I got to get the special, and that's when I bought the special. So I go, okay, I think I'm good with the Wolfgang collection.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
go, all right, now it's time to get the Stripe series.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what striped guitar do you think you're leaning to? Frankie or
I keep on going back to the Bumblebee.
the Bumblebee, huh?
Yeah, the Bumblebee,
Right
because
on.
Yeah.
and um, I was on the Fairfield Guitar Company,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I think I said, you know what? I think I need to get a Bumblebee, and I saw that he still had a Bumblebee strap available, and
Mm-hmm.
then I looked the next day, sold out.
Mm.
Seriously, I mean, he literally just last week he still
Yes.
had
Yeah.
probably one, two, maybe available, maybe probably one. And I'm like, you know what? I think I might hit up Lewis up and get a Bumblebee with the button and everything, kind of like what you have, Tony. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Bumblebee. And then when I checked
Okay, right on.
the next day it was sold. And I said, you know what? That might be a sign. Maybe I should just get the 5150. And
Oh,
so then I went and I saw the banjo strap, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you mentioned
Yeah.
something about the banjo strap, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ah, I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go for the 5150.
so stop right there. The 5150. If you had a 5150, do you want it in its new state? Do you want it relic? Do you want it like it ended up? How do you want yours
I would want it in the new state.
Mm.
in the new state?
You know why? Because when I first saw that 5150 is when I what video was it? Was it Panama? No. Did he play the 5150 in the Panama video?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Okay, then
Yes, he
that's
did.
yeah. So that's where when I was a kid and I first saw
I
that.
would have it that way too. If I owned one, I would get it in its new state. I would probably put the numbers on it, but
Yeah.
simply because that my fondest memories of seeing that guitar live was in '84, just
Yeah,
a few weeks into the
Mhm.
new '84
I would
tour.
come back home from school and I'd wait for the video to come on. It was on a rotation where
Yep.
I remember waiting for that video to come on, and Yeah, it was Panama because I remember that plane in the beginning. And you would wait for that airplane. The airplane, I go, there's the video. Van Halen's coming on. That's it. And when I saw Eddie, and I'm like, what is that guitar? What is that?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing him on the with the Frankie and stuff with my brother's circus magazines and everything, and Relic and Beat Up and everything, different necks. My buddy had a the Us Festival
Yep.
poster with Eddie with the
Yep.
overalls,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
close up of him with the Kramer neck. It was the Frankie body, but the Kramer what is the beak neck, whatever you want to call it, the headstock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But then when I saw that video, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? And it had that headstock.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, huh.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about that. I'm like, do I want to get it relic or do I want to get it when you start seeing pictures of the man Eddie just first brought it out?
Yeah,
It was
that's the way I would
beautifully
do it.
spectacular in the beginning. Beautiful guitar. It didn't stay that way for 2 weeks, though. I mean, it got banged up immediately. But you seem to like nice, pristine, clean guitars, R2. You know, all the ones
Yeah, they are
just beautiful.
gorgeous.
Thanks, man.
You play them, and
We'll look at
more
another
power
one.
to you, man.
We'll look at another one here in a moment. We're gonna get into some trivia. Yeah, we are.
Christopher Live saw asked what was on EVH's guitar on VH2. That was the Bumblebee.
Yeah, that would have been the Bumblebee.
So that's what you're gonna want, huh? R2 is a Bumblebee.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I think
Right
I might go for the Bumblebee, man. Yeah, right here.
There you go, dude. Nothing wrong with the Bumblebee. So Charles, didn't you tell us? I'm gonna do trivia now. Didn't you say that you had a unboxing from Fairfield?
Yeah,
Cigar?
I got a strap from Fairfield from Lewis, and I would love to unbox it.
Coolness.
Nice.
All right. Nice.
What a
We'll
show.
leave a thumbs up for that right there. So okay. Don't tell us what kind. And if you told me already, I forgot. So
all good. All good.
We will certainly get to that shortly. All right. So yeah. While it's on my mind.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me just put this down real quick.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Saturday, we got a big unboxing for Saturday. Not for tonight. He's got the unboxing tonight. But so what we're going to do is we're going to run some Van Halen trivia for you tonight, October the 12th. It's pretty hard. If you are the winner, you're going to get the very last Van Halen after-show peel off that ain't been peeled off yet. You're going to get the last one, and pretty difficult question. There's an email down below. If you're the winner, trivia winner's email is down below. Hit me your name and address, and I'll mail that Van Halen pass out to you in the morning. I will. All right, Charles. None of these guys got it when I showed them backstage. So
nope, I didn't get it.
Here we go. Everybody ready? Get ready to type.
Good luck, you guys. Good luck.
And yes, you cannot Google this stuff, dude. Yes. So, all right, here you go. Coming at you. Van Halen trivia for tonight. Good luck. Name the restaurant that David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen used as a meeting place because it was halfway between where each lived. Name the restaurant. Name of the restaurant. Town, county, state, province, street name.
Rolling in.
None of that.
Rolling in, Tony.
Restaurant name. All right, Charles. All right. A lot of them, yeah.
They're coming in. They're coming in.
So hey, I'm trying
It took
to.
like 3 guesses, and they were all wrong.
I need a complete answers. I need a complete answer.
I'm laughing at some of the answers on here. McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna misspell anything, and I'm not worried if you do, but I need a complete answer out of someone. You can do it. You can do it, man.
You can do it.
You can do it, man. And once again, and I'm gonna put Dave's links down in the description. I'm gonna put your links after the show. You'll find R2's YouTube links. Anybody, Sandra, you're seeing? I'm doing all of this with no. I'm like,
I will say this: I took 3 guesses at this. I was
all feet.
Ooh, that was
and the
bad,
3 guesses
wasn't it?
I took were different than
was terrible.
everything I've seen printed so far. You guys are shooting for the moon over here.
Hey, man. I ate lunch there a couple weeks ago. No,
I like that, Holly.
yeah. That's a good guess right there.
That was a pretty good guess. That was a very good guess. Shakey's, man, you're talking old school pizza place there, Ed. I ate at Shakey's a few times in my youth.
Mm-hmm. And Denny's. Nope. Not even close, right?
Wow.
Not even close. Mama's Fur Burgers.
No.
Pizza Hut. Domino's. Dude, I think I got him, Charles. Dudes. I'm gonna give him a little more time. So there it is. It's up. Yeah.
I've learned to not say that though.
Now I don't need to tell you kids I don't need to tell you the era or the time frame because either you know it or you do not.
There you go. Hell's Kitchen.
But so when they kind of both complained about each other not getting off each other's butt, and so that this was kind of a neutral place that was in the middle, convenient to both of them. And that's a good guess too, Chris Hunter.
Tanner's Deli.
Yes, sir. Nice to see you, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris.
The Axe.
What's going on, man? It's good to see you.
Right on, bro.
Right on, man.
Right on.
I'm gonna give him a little more time though. So yeah. So it now. Well, I don't know how.
The
much
Axe said Fat Boys, and immediately I thought of Fat Burger. Man, I haven't had a Fat Burger in a long time. That's a California thing, you guys.
So we talked about this on the show here a few months ago, and I'll give you a hint here. We talked about this specifically on the show a few months ago when we were talking about, I want to choose my words wisely, when we were talking about the Rolling Stone article that came out and all the new nuggets. And this was one of them.
Damn, that's exactly what I said, bro.
This was one of them.
Yes, you did, and I don't remember.
Right. Cheers.
Oh man. Yeah, this is as hard as the Saturday's question.
Couple of them are rewinding right now, and they're going back. This is the 1 hour. All right.
Church's chicken.
So apparently, we'll go ahead and give them the answer.
Ponderosa, Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Mari's or something like that. Nope.
Chris is asking, please give us some more time.
Yeah. It's the show where I was wearing the FairWarning shirt. Nah, well, so Dave and Eddie used to, apparently this took place in different years too, long about 83 or so, plus when they got back together. And there was a meeting place that they would meet to exchange whatever, money or sign something, or and that's your answer right there. Western Bagel in Burbank.
Right there.
Oh,
you got him, Tony.
We talked about this in length.
Oh,
yes, we did. And when I saw the answer, I went, "Oh yeah, that's right."
Come on, Keith.
Wiener Schnitzel.
I thought Keith would get it, but
it was a blast from the past for me. Very cool. Very cool, Tony. You rock.
Man, I think that's just, how many times in history has that happened? Just a couple.
Not very often.
I got him.
You stumped.
You got him. You got him straight up.
And I know they want that backstage pass.
Man.
Sorry, fellas. I know the answer, but I can't participate.
Yeah.
So somebody next week will give it away next week. And more cool prizes coming up. Can't tell you about those because it is Halloween, right?
Best month of the year, guys.
Certainly is Halloween. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up. A lot of cool prizes coming up. Yeah, a lot of cool special guests coming up.
Hey, Ben Tom.
Yeah.
Ben Tom, it's good to see you, brother.
Hey, Tommy.
Right there, bro.
Let's see him. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. So nobody wins the pass. I got him. That was a good one though, Charles, wasn't it?
It was wonderful, Tony. Not to change the subject too fast here, but Keith just put in the chat here about he made a comment. Where's the cost, or when is the costume
party? Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I am still in a quandary. I haven't figured out what to be for Halloween yet. It's starting to kind of piss me off, to be honest. And I haven't procrastinated. I just honestly can't make my mind up. But it would be really cool if we did a costume contest. And is it too late to do it? Is my question. I'm just wondering. I'm throwing it out there.
Well,
throwing it out there right now.
You are throwing it out there. You're
12th.
We could do something. I haven't heard about anybody else so far. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I work a lot. But if no one else is doing one, we could do one. You guys, if you wanted to, and I'm just throwing it out there. I have no rules yet. Just throwing it out there.
Well, here's what we'll do.
We can come up with a couple of cool prizes.
Have a good night, Andy. Andy Carson.
Andy, nice to see you, dude.
Be well, Andy. You rock.
See you, bro.
Love you, man. Be good. Be safe.
So what we're gonna do is Halloween is on a Monday, so our nearest broadcast there is the 29th. Show me your pick. And all of us, that is when we will celebrate Halloween here on the channel. But yeah, so last year I was Michael Jackson. And the year before that I was Izzy Stradlin.
Nice.
So
Hey,
this year,
not to cut you off, Bent Tom. It's good seeing you, brother. He's got to leave right now. He's going to bed. You be well.
Have a good
We
night,
love you, man.
see you,
man.
Tommy.
Be good seeing
Have a
you,
good night,
brother.
See you, bro. But
It'll be,
so this year, I don't know. I'm thinking I do have an idea. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'll say this. It'll be a member of Van Halen. How's that?
Nice.
Putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
I'm putting it out. Yeah. I ain't saying which one.
Interesting you said that, because I was thinking about going as someone from Motorhead. Interesting.
Nice.
Interesting. Christopher, I couldn't pull Nicky off if I wanted to. He's way too cool. I'd give it a heck of a shot, though, but I couldn't do Nicky justice. I really couldn't.
So on the 29th, on Show Me Your Pick here, we will be in full costume, and
it would be really cool if everybody, like whoever wanted to, I don't know how to do it to spare the moment. That's why I usually would do something like
we'll
Sandra.
no. We'll work those things out, Charles. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
We can come up with a couple of really cool prizes, real nice ones, and that would be really fun.
No, but what we'll probably end up doing is
That's a good one, Christopher.
is we'll open up our chat to those of you in costume.
Yeah.
So if you want to be invited on, be in costume.
We'll come
there
up
you
with.
Go. You should like
put
the link in the chat, and if you're in a costume, jump on.
We'll work those details out, but Halloween is going to be super fun.
Very cool.
This year, mine is it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Sandra's dressing up.
Yeah,
we're all dressing up.
So, what were you last year, Charles?
I was like a dark overlord.
You had on like that scream mask.
Yeah.
I remember.
Similar,
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's just my classic answer the door at Halloween to give out candy mask.
There you
it's
go.
Frightening to little kids. I get a kick out of it. But no, I wanna do something nice for Halloween, and this chat's just right for it. They'll all get involved. It'll be really cool. To whatever degree, it'll be fun. It'll be a part.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's a shame that I'm not going to be able to be like in character, because I'm going to have to be doing all this stuff, but the visual will be there, I'll assure you.
Very
all
cool.
Right?
Very cool.
Now, I wish I could do a Mancuda and go in full character, but maybe I'm giving too many hints away. But anyway.
It's getting the voice down. Going full character, you've got to be an actor. I'm
right.
not an actor.
Well, that's what I mean, though. I'm not going to sit. I'm too busy here to concentrate on imitating somebody, you know.
Mm,
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
couldn't pull that off. No,
Mm. Anyway, that's great. That's great.
yeah,
God damn it, baby, you know I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time. Ah, yeah.
That's it. That's it.
that's right.
Mm.
That is right. Um, so I tell you what, let's do. Let's go ahead and recognize a couple of people here. So we talked about Neil. So if you're dreaming of stripes and maybe you don't have a striped guitar and you
There
want
you
a
go.
striped guitar,
Mhm.
you can huddle up with our pal Neil Daly. He was going to be here tonight, but he couldn't. Um, he sends his regards, but his links are down below, and you can always find him here in the descriptions of these shows. Um, yeah,
Very
that's right.
enjoyable build having Neil build you a guitar.
Yeah,
Very.
and if you want cigar box style stripes,
There you go.
which a
Yeah.
lot of
Hey,
us dig
by the
those
way, those
too.
things are so custom. They're absolutely beautiful. And I hope that Brendan is feeling better, brother. He had influenza like I did, and he's been under the weather lately. And
Yeah,
be well, brother. We hope you're well.
Yeah, get better.
yeah. There's
There he
Brendan.
is. There he is.
Yeah. So hit him up. Um, and even if you don't want stripes or you want something else, or you have a logo, a company logo, or a band logo, or just something you dig, he can make it headstock, it number of strings, um, and they are so much fun. Cool for slide.
Very
Yeah.
custom. Very custom.
Um, yeah. But hit him up. And our friend that makes our guitar picks, great dude, Greg at Legend Picks made these. Um, if you want one, you can get one. Just ask. There's information in the description to get yours. But I just talked to him a couple of days ago, Charles. He's a baseball fan, and now that the playoffs are here, and I knew I'd be talking to Greg soon, but
Mhm.
he makes great guitar picks. He's made picks for all these people as well, and his links are down below.
Right on.
And
Right on.
yeah, hit Greg up, legendpicks.com. He's send him your artwork and your specs. He'll make you some awesome looking picks. He's made those. He's made others for others, and he's made these show me your pick, these latest ones. Um, so yeah, hit him up, please. Great dude, great guitar picks. Yeah, you'll be buying them by the gross there. Um, yes. All right, who am I? I am not. Let's give the kids a before I forget. Let's give the kids a preview of what's shaking. There it is. I found it. All right. So Saturday here on Show Me Your Pick, we
Mhm.
talk guitar picks and rock memorabilia every Saturday night, and that's our party night. Yeah. Um,
Hey, Tony, just quick. Do you remember what the date was for Iron Maiden here in Greensboro?
not the exact date. Why do you
Yeah,
ask?
I don't either. Christopher was asking about it. Christopher, I don't remember exactly. I don't want to say and be
It's
wrong.
the
I'd
20
get it within a
something.
week. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
That's one of the reasons why we didn't go live last weekend because Dave Stafford was at the Iron
oh, he
Maiden
was.
show.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Well, we're planning on
Yeah.
catching it, the one that comes here to North Carolina,
Yeah.
R2. Uh, We got some great shows in our future. We're catching Wasp in November. It's going to be so badass. Seeing
Oh
black
wow.
guitarists.
Yeah.
So this Saturday on Show Me Your Pick, we're going to be hanging out right here on the channel talking about the outfield.
That's going to be a fun show.
Yeah. And we're going to be giving away that very last Def Leppard 2022 Stadium Tour pick. So
Very cool, man.
and that is going to involve some 10-shot rock and roll trivia where we ask 10 questions about music and rock trivia, and whoever has the most at the end wins it. Yeah. So there's one of those left. So we're talking the outfield this week. Show me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You know, we can spend about 3 hours letting R2 show off all his guitars, and I would be absolutely fine with that. I love this. This is great.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Picking them apart, talking about the compound radius on the necks. You know, both the guitars that I have just have basic 10 and 12-inch radius. Standard. You know, there are no bells and whistles, Strat style necks. The Jackson neck, what I call the ESP profile, is something that I don't have on my Stripe guitars yet. I'm looking to do another build. I'm looking to do, obviously an upgraded build, not an economy build. And the next guitar that I pick, the neck, will have a compound radius ESP style, what I call an ESP style or a Charvel style neck. And I'm excited about it. I'm going to pace it, do it a couple of 3 months from now, because if I buy a guitar every couple of months, my family's going to have an intervention. And they're not as understanding as your wife are, too. That's all I'm saying. But
she knows.
man,
she knows my passion for the guitars. That
Yeah.
my wheels are always spinning. Like, what should I
That's
get
awesome.
next?
That's awesome.
You're going to walk in the house, Charles, and they're all going to be in the living room, and you're going to be like, what? It's not my birthday. We want to talk to you, Charles.
Yeah. Hey, I got a strap from Fairfield Guitars. You want me to open it up?
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's check this out.
You know, Lewis, not only is his gear custom, but it's really, really high quality. And I'm anxious. So what I got from him, let me just get this out here. He packs everything up so nice. What I got was a banjo strap.
Oh yeah.
And so it's the most basic strap that he has. It's got locking hooks on one end, on both ends. And it's real good quality leather.
That's high quality, man. Yeah. I've been eyeballing that thing, man, for sure.
The thing about going to his website is everything is great.
Yeah.
Everything is good. He sent me back an email, and he's got, I really need 2 of these. And then there's another one, the bomber. I need a bomber. Now, why do I need a bomber? Because it's there. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
So R2, is that the strap that you were trying to get?
I was eyeballing that, and
that's where it went. He bought it.
Well, no, it was the Bumblebee. It was the Bumblebee one, the black and yellow one with the
black and yellow.
Oh, okay.
Right.
The button, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. And
Very
then it's
cool.
sold out. And then I saw that one, and I'm like, I better get that. I gotta scoop that up. But that is so cool, Charles.
He's only doing this particular strap for about another. If I read his email correctly, it was about 2 weeks from the time I read it. So there's maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 more days this is available, and then this will no longer be available. I'm
Yeah.
probably going to go ahead and get another one just so I have a matching strap for both of my EVH guitars. But anyway, Lewis, I want to thank you for making such awesome gear. I'm going to wear the hell out of it.
There you go.
And thank you, brother.
Right on.
We got to get Lewis back on the show.
Absolutely.
Because
Very cool.
I was watching a video with Lewis. I'm sure you guys have seen this YouTube channel, Final Resonance TV, and Lewis was on there with a good hour and a half, 2 hour video with him. Final Resonance, great guy. Big Van Halen fan, of course.
So interesting, isn't he, R2? He's interesting.
And Lewis was on there talking about how, the making of his straps and how they're limited to the amount where he wanted to share them, but that's not the only thing he wanted to do. So you better scoop them up. So I'm just telling everyone, don't do what I did where you were going to get the Bumblebee strap. I call it the Bumblebee strap because it's the black and yellow. And he had it on his website, and I went to go check the next day, and it had out of stock. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he's only making them for a limited time. So whatever he has made, it's done. So you scoop them up, Lewis doesn't say my show, but he doesn't sponsor the show. He doesn't pay us to say this, but I'm just telling you, he's a great guy. And if you don't pick up his straps, they're gone.
That's right.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
That's right. That's right.
Fairfield Guitar Company.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lewis's links.
Well, congratulations, Charles, on that strap, and I hope
Thanks,
you
Thanks, man.
scoop up another one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm already doing it.
I know he makes one same style, but I think if you pay, I believe if you pay an extra $100,
he'll build that thing up for you, man.
He'll load it up with the he'll load it up with the Nady wireless system that Eddie had that he played live with on there, and I guess all proceeds go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So I just wanted to share that too.
Yes.
Yeah. My straps with eye bolts, there's 4 of those, but I've got one strap, EVH strap, that I use. But all the others, the Telly and the Les Paul, the bass, they all have their own straps, regular straps of various. But the eye bolts, I just take one strap and interchange it, depending on. So.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
Yeah. A banjo strap really is the most comfortable thing that has ever come up with. They're fully functional.
I don't know what you guys use for the eye bolts, but if you do not get the EVH branded straps, eye bolts, and hooks, you can get they're called screw eyes, the eye bolts. I use these. This is what I've been putting on my guitars. They're the number 6 ever built. Let me change my background here real quick so you can see it better. Let's do that. Here we go.
Number 6. How does it compare to this size here, R2?
Ever built number 6 eye bolts. Here, I'll pull one out real quick. This is what it looks like.
I think these are number 6s right here. The ones that I have on Neil's guitar are number 6s as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So
these are the number 6s are the exact same ones that you get from the EVH clasps.
Nice.
So if you get the EVH branded eye hooks and clasps, this is the same size. So like Tony was saying, if you just buy one eye hook with the strap and you want to put these on multiple guitars, you can go to your hardware store. I bought these at Home Depot.
Oh
Number
yeah,
6 ever built, and
yeah,
put these
sure.
on. And that way you have one strap and one eye hook.
How do those retrofit as far as pulling out a standard strap button, screw, as opposed to that? Do you need to do any pre-prep, or is the original screw hole good enough to run that directly
It
in?
is. You got to go slow,
You got to just
and
slow.
what
And
you
so
do is you dip that in like dishwashing liquid,
Okay.
and when you've taken out the original button, slowly,
hmm
slowly,
hmm
you take that's soaked in that liquid,
yeah,
and ever so slowly.
yeah. So what I did on my standard and my made in Japan, um, I even told Dave Stafford to do it the same thing, and Joe Wentz, is to you can use the existing hole that's in you know that you took
hmm
out from your guitar,
hmm
and slowly put this in, turn it
Back it out again. Sure.
back it out,
Yeah.
turn it again. You
That
feel
gives
that,
relief to the
back
wood
it
that
out,
you're cutting. It
back it
pulls it
out,
back out.
turn
Sure.
it again, tighten
Yeah.
it up, back it out. And I kept on doing that. Repeat that step. Push it in, back it out a little bit, turn it in, give it a couple turns. You start
Yeah.
feeling,
Yeah.
if you start feeling like that, that tightness, just back it out again, start turning it again, and then eventually it just starts going and going and going, and then you
Basically
can.
retapping it very slowly using the screw to retap it. That's really cool.
There's been some individuals that pre-drill, and make the
Mhm.
hole a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the thing though. You don't want to relieve too much wood, because once the
yeah,
wood's gone, then it's going to be sloppy and it's going to
it,
start
it,
spinning and
it
it's going to fail eventually.
I have a feeling it depends on the type of wood. I think with the Wolfgangs, when I've done them, it's
And you're
the
gonna end
the
up like Eddie Van Halen.
yeah.
He broke many,
But
many,
ready.
put
The
them
the
all
ba-
over
the
the top.
basswoods are a little bit softer
Yeah.
wood, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit forgiving. So I think
Mhm.
you can do it with the basswoods. I think when it starts going with the I haven't tried it, but so I can't say, but I want to
Mhm.
say with the alders
Mhm.
and mahoganies, it could be a
Mhm.
different story. It may start splitting and cracking. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know yet, but I just noticed that with the basswoods, it's a little forgiving. As long as you do it slowly.
Yeah.
Don't crank it in there. I would just slowly, like Tony was saying, you can do that too. You can dish soap and just slowly just put it in, screw it out, and it works just fine.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not one to. It, I just keep if I want to unhook one, but I only have one clip strap.
Take care,
Yeah.
Christopher Livesaw.
Christopher,
See
you
you,
be well,
Chris.
brother. It's good seeing you, pal.
Real quick for Christopher, here you go, man. This is
Excellent.
8-track.
Right on.
Women and children
Wow.
first.
Wow.
If anybody knows what 8-tracks are.
Do you actually, by any chance, have an 8-track player that you could play that on?
Oh, I wish I did, man.
Yeah, man.
So
Every time I see one of those, I think of my brother. He had a 69
I
Camaro,
thought,
and those
yeah,
were
I
the
thought you were
thing at
gonna
that point in
tell me
time.
about the car that came out of
Yeah.
that
yeah,
R2.
yeah, that's the thing. That's these 8-tracks have some some big memories here.
Wow.
Um, when my brother's 7 years older than me, and back in 1980 was a memorable year for me. I was young then, and my brother goes, two big albums just came out in 1980, and one of them was Back in Black.
That's right.
Look at that 8-track, blue.
Wow.
It's in good shape.
Back in Black. And I remember him picking up this one. This blew my mind.
Oh, man.
Women and children
That's in
first.
good
That's
shape too.
crazy. That's
Now,
crazy.
now
This
hold that up. I'm gonna highlight you. Now, if you look at the covers of these 8 tracks, you see the bubbles. Now, a lot of the 8 tracks of that era don't look that good. They have lots of bubbles. The reason that they have the bubbles is because historically you put
Yeah.
8 tracks on the dashboard and they would get hot.
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You take them out, grab the next one.
Yeah. The cool thing, if you guys remember, is that when you would stack them on top of each other, they had the little grooves on
Yes.
there,
That's right.
and they wouldn't slide off.
That's right.
See, I can hold it up, both of them together like this.
That's so cool.
Oh, there we go. Until it falls off, but
There you go.
My literally for and this is going to tell how old I am. My first my first Kiss album was vinyl. It was alive, but the previous ones I got the first time I got them were all on 8 track. First and Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill,
Yeah.
all on 8 track. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Gene Smith. Good night, man. You have a great
Good
night.
night, man.
Be well. Be
See
well.
you, Gene. Nice to see you, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Holly Lewis is like, what? An 8-track?
I know.
Sofa King?
What
Cool.
did we ever do with? Yeah, goodness.
Yeah, these are memories, man. I remember listening to that's what I was looking for, Fools. It had track 1, track 2, 3, and 4. When you look at 2, 1, it says Fools beginning, and then it would go into Fools continuation in number 2. So it would fade out. And when I listened to the CD or the recording of Fools, I still remember that fade out. I expect that fade out to fade out and then fade back in, how the 8-track did it.
Yeah.
My friends are like, what are you talking about? I go, this is the part where it would fade out, and then all of a sudden it would kick back into the next track, and you're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, the 8-track, man. When my brother bought this thing, I listened to this thing over and over and over again. It was unbelievable. My brother was like, why don't you pop this thing? This thing is really cool. I'm like, absolutely. But this
Either
was
one of them, dude.
that was
one.
that was the shit right there.
AC/DC Back in Black is not a shabby choice
Holly Lewis, she
at
says,
all.
8-track in a giant boat tank that was powder blue with a black hardtop Mercury. Car of your mom's. That's funny because I had my dad's car with an 8-track. It was a Mercury Marauder, a 1963 Mercury Marauder. That's the first car I used to cruise around in back in the day. Wow, Holly, that just brought back some memories. Thank you, sweetheart. Very cool. Very cool. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I had to share the classics, man.
Man, very cool.
And yeah, it is.
I'm having
It is
flashbacks
weird.
to an old girlfriend right now.
Well, it is weird how we all went from listening to music from vinyl to 8 tracks and still they're out there, and cassettes, okay?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden CDs are out here. And the earlier gets faded out, okay? And vinyl's coming back, yeah, but it's not like it used to be.
No,
It
and
is
you know what?
not like
There
it
was
used to be.
nothing wrong with our stereos back in the day. I had a Marantz. It was just a medium. It wasn't super top of the line, but it was nice. It had a couple of real nice, large, properly balanced JBL speakers with some Pioneer components going in. And it was sort of a mix match stereo. And as cassettes came into play, I got a dual cassette player and I built it like you guys did. And the sound and the quality of the albums we used to listen to. I remember Dreamboat Annie when it came out, and it was so good that it actually was better to me now when I listen to it than a high quality CD played on a high quality whatever, or even earbuds using an MP3 player or something like that. It was better. It was more ambient. The acoustics were larger and bigger.
Especially on vinyl, man. When you hear the vinyl,
And I find it ironic that we're talking about going back in time to get something better than what all this technology is that we're listening to now. Music's changed. The way we listen to it and the way we receive
plus
it.
the way we receive it, though, right there. Now, several months ago, our friend Analog Kid mentioned, he asked outright, but before the internet, how did you know what was going on in the music scene? How did you know that this band, this band, and this band are planning big tours and they're hitting the East Coast? How did you know that?
It was a newspaper.
Wait, there was a newspaper, there was local radio, there was MTV, there were the magazines we all read in the store, everything. We had our media without
That's right.
the internet.
Good point,
and
Tony.
we found out, and we knew. I mean, and the heavy metal day, the US Fest, dude came, and I'm sitting there imagining, I knew damn well it was going on, you know. Yeah, dude.
Remember the old Jensen triaxial speakers you'd put in your car? And so you'd throw those in the back, you'd cut the holes out and go in from the trunk and mount them from inside the trunk if you were truly badass. And then you'd get some tweeters and throw them in the door, maybe some 6-inch rounds. Those are the good old days, man. Who put the 6? Who was putting that in there? I got to see this. Ed. Yes, Ed. Been there, done that, buddy. Outstanding. Buddy. Outstanding. Yeah.
I remember back in the day when you had a nice car, you as a young dude, you're gonna have a nice stereo too. But I remember the days of Alpines and 6x9 Kenwoods and a hunk of metal amp under your seat or two or both, you know. But yeah.
Oh man, those
More
are the
so
days,
in
man.
my younger days in the ride. Yeah, you hear you coming a mile away, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember the car rides with my brother, but when my brother would get a new record, he'd come home and he'd put it on the turntable, and he goes, we can't wake up Mom and Dad, but he would turn up enough where we can hear it. And I remembered hearing that sound, that
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay. And so then the song would come on, and here's the new Van Halen, man. And I'm like, what? And then my mom would walk in the room and go, turn that shit down. It's too loud. And my brother was like, I only have it on 1. Yeah. So my brother would turn down the volume all the way, and we would listen to the Van Halen and the Led Zeppelin and whatever we listened to, just out of the noise, out of the needle.
The needle, the style.
The needle, just what you would hear off the record.
Wow.
And my brother would hear that, and I go, oh my gosh, what is that? And hearing Eddie play guitar, and I was just hearing the needle noise, just the sound, no noise sound coming out of the speaker, just hearing the needle on the vinyl. And my brother and I talk about that, and everyone's like, "What are you talking about? How the hell you listen to a record just?" And I go, "That's what we would do because
That's right.
we
That's
would turn it up, and my mom would go, 'It is midnight, turn it down,' and we're like, 'What that?' My brother's like,
Now,
Halo,
every
just-
time out back in the vinyl days as kids, every time you would buy an album and it was scratched, you always took it back. It was always a pain in the butt,
Mhm.
but you didn't want your stuff scratched.
Oh, I do.
You
Yeah.
know, you want it right.
Yeah.
You'd gladly go back to the store.
And yeah. And there's been times going back to my mom, rest in peace, but she'd come in and she'd get mad at us, and we would hear that needle go across that record. We're like, "No,
Mm.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
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 Gentle.
Oh man.
That classic sound of, like, the record, like,
Yeah.
you hear in the movies. Oh, my mom did a great job of doing that. I don't know how she did it. We were like, what? What a bummer.
Dude.
Yes, Holly, I did make that sound. Sorry.
That's so cool.
Holly's asking me if I made the sound of the record. Yeah, because those are memories for me.
Those are.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
R2 sound effects. Thank you. Yeah,
But
that's
what's weird though is from these songs that you learned, there was I don't know if I think it's an AC/DC song. Wait a second, and I'll tell you. Shoots a Thrill. Okay.
yeah.
Now, when my AC/DC Back in Black had a skip in that song, but it was like at a key part that made it elongated once, kind of weird, that I remember. And every time I listened to it, I made copies of the vinyl on tape every time I listened to it for years after. And even to this day, when I hear that song, that part comes and I expect that skip.
You want to hear it? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the A track, that fade away,
fade out and come back in.
Yeah.
And it's like when I hear Black Dog from Zeppelin 4 and my brother, that's that sound. That's that sound that Lenny Lou and Holly Lewis is that. I would hear that. My brother would turn it on and he'd go, "Check this out, man." And you hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Say, "Hey, mama, say the way you move, but it makes you sweat." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Do it again."
Do it again. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Very cool.
Good times, man. Good times.
Man, oh man. Mm.
Excuse me. R2, do you got any more you want to show us, bro, there? We are at 2:15 right now. Yeah. Am I leaving anything out there, Charles?
I don't think so.
I think I've covered.
I think you covered everything.
Yeah, I think all the bases are covered.
Unless Sandra has something that she's aware of, I think that's it.
Yeah. So Saturday too, we'll have a very big,
Nice,
very big
Very
unboxing.
cool. Looking forward to that.
From Dave Z.
Dave, you rock, brother. You rock.
And so so I'm hearing that this is Van Halen related.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
tune in Saturday. Dave couldn't be here tonight, but so we'll unbox whatever is in that big box on Saturday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I was just noticing that Holly was talking about getting back into reading Tone Chaser. I'm right there with you, Holly. I haven't talked about it much lately. I'm trying to absorb it just like she is. I'm not reading it quickly at
Yeah.
all. And I'm
Right.
just going to go out and say this. This is the finest thing that Steve Rosen has ever written. It's autobiographical. This is a story about his life and his interaction. And this is one of the most special books I have ever read. I'm just saying it. I can't wait a couple of months down the line after we've all had a chance to absorb this
Yeah.
book.
Right.
And it takes time to absorb all that's in this. I'm on chapter 3. Okay. And
Yeah.
I've been reading, and it's a
I'm with
really, really
you.
good
I
book.
don't want to rush
No.
into it, and I've got a reading regiment that I do that is, but that book though, and good night. It's
Yeah. We're going to be talking about this book for
580
such a
pages.
long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many
And it's
it's mammoth. Yeah.
there's never been another book written like this book about Edward Van Halen and a friendship of Edward Van Halen. And I'm going to say it. A lot of people would not write this book simply because they would be afraid that they might offend someone in the family or something along those, whatever the reason would be. He has literally taken his friendship with Eddie and his life with Edward Van Halen and given us a transparency into his personal world that I have not read anyone else who had the sheer balls to do it in the way that he has done it. And we are so blessed to have him as a friend. We're so blessed to have this book. And we're going to come back to it several times in the near future. I'm excited. I'm just excited about it, as you guys can tell. It's one of the best reads I've ever done. And I can't wait. I just want to say a shout out to Steve Rosen. What an awesome
That's
dude.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge book. And yeah, it'll take you a while to read, and I could undertake a reading in a weekend if I had to, but this is like holy moly.
Yeah. And he literally opened it up, man. He opened his life up. He's showing it all, man.
You read 5 pages out of a book.
Well, yeah.
Pardon the pun, but you read 5 pages of book on the can. It's like reading 1.5 of this. I mean, it's each page. It's fine print, and it's heavy. You can't carry it to the can.
No, and there's no sense in trying to rush through it. That's not what it's about. For me, just for me. You guys want to rush through it, blow through that
I
thing.
agree. Totally agree.
No, it's very special. It's a special time. We're very fortunate, you guys.
No, but Steve's writing style, though, I'm seeing something. We've talked about this. Steve's writing style. He knows you want to read this book, and he talks to you, the reader, as you start reading this book, and it's really cool how he goes about it and starts getting into things. So yeah, very cool. So,
yeah, Holly, you're trying not to get the book dirty. You know what? I gave up on that yesterday. I would wipe everything off on the desk and I'd lay it out and get my lighting right. And no, screw it. That thing's going right down. I'm just going to make it a staple and it's going to get relicked just like one of my guitars. Right there, girl.
There you go.
Okay.
Good night, Sandra.
Right.
Sandra, you rock. Love you, sweetheart.
See you, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, she does rock. We'll see Sandra on Saturday around. Sandra's not going to be here Saturday, Charles.
She's not.
She's got a show she's going to.
She's going to do something very cool.
Thank you, Sandra.
No,
I'll definitely come back, Sandra. Thank you.
She is. That's right. She'll not to put some spoiler. I don't want to put it, but Sandra is, and I'm sure that she'll tell us all about it. And you guys too when she returns from it.
Yeah.
If she returns.
She can put some great content on her channel. It's going to be really cool. R2, dude, thank you. And
Yeah,
it's
R2,
always a
bro.
pleasure having you on here.
Thank you, guys. Yes.
You're an awesome dude, man. And every time you come on here, I learn something. That's something I really do appreciate.
Thank you, man. I
There's a
appreciate
lot of
that.
knowledge about guitars that can fly right. You know, you just assume things or this or that. No. They're unique. They're very special. They're intricate instruments, and little variations and things like that matter. Anyway, you rock, brother.
Yeah. Hang out backstage, R2.
Thank you.
We'll
Holly,
Will.
here it is. Holly wants to see my shirt.
Let's see
Great
it,
shirt.
dude.
Great shirt. Look at that.
Right
It's
on.
the king, baby. Nice. Nice.
Right on.
The legend.
That's it.
Sweetness. Look, read the back of this. I'm going to stand up. Read the back of this. I'm not sure what this. Tell me if you can see that.
Spin around more. Drop down just a little bit. Come down a little bit. You want me to read it? Van Halen
Yeah,
North
read it.
American Reunion Tour 2004, 5150. You want me to keep reading? The War on Terror, 95 billion. Bush's re-election campaign, 110 million. 1 gallon of gasoline, $2.05. Those are bygone times. Van Halen tickets, $200. Tailgating with friends, $65. This shirt, $15. Eddie, Alex, Mike, and Sammy hit the road. Priceless.
Nice.
Thanks, boys.
Oh, wow.
That's a great shirt, brother.
Awesome shirt, man. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, you rock, dude. Yeah, man.
Right on.
Very cool.
Let's see where we are here.
Thank you, Stafford.
All
Good
right.
night, brother.
Good night,
See you, Dave.
Go, bro.
Before we get out of here, a couple of things. R2, brother, thanks so much for hanging out, man. It's been a little bit. Dude, come back here anytime, man. You are awesome, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude.
Appreciate that. You
And
and Charles are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
bro.
And
guys have always been
kids,
cool with me. Thank
you'll
you.
find Dave Stafford's links. I'm going to put his links down below. Check him out on Friday nights, the Friday night show with Dave and R2R3Lockingnut and Joe Wentz. And hopefully they'll be on this Friday. But yeah, that link needs to be down there all the time. So yeah, it will be. So I'll amend after the broadcast. R2, your YouTube link will be down as well.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Yeah,
you.
dude. And yeah, so check out them on Friday night.
Nice.
Yeah, really, it's a fun show. It's yeah,
It's
absolutely.
good times. Good times. Good fun. Good chats. Gear. Guess that riff. Fun skits. We talk
Yeah,
about anything, everything. We like to laugh. That's our whole
That's just
thing.
good YouTube, brother.
right.
Yeah.
And some weeks you'll find that Dave and R2 and Joe will be on doing their awesome live stream on Friday. And right after they get done, Andrew and Brad and Haas, they'll do a Van Halen show at the 5150 show. So if you can time a night
Nice.
like that where they're both
Yeah.
back, yeah, man.
Man. Oh, Adam Roach. I meant to say shout out to him. I saw him a little while
Yes.
ago in
I
the
saw
chat.
Adam come in
Good to
late
see you,
here.
bro.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank
to
you,
see
Adam.
you, Adam. Yeah, always great to see you, dude. Yeah. All right, kids. Let's bounce on out of town. R2, thanks so much again, brother.
You rock.
Thank you. Thank
Right on,
you
bro.
for letting me show the gear, the guitars, the love of Eddie Van Halen.
Excellent.
dude.
Excellent.
R2, you rock, dude. Kids, thanks for watching. We appreciate you being here. I want to mention one more thing before I wrap up. There's been a new uploaded video here on the channel, and I've put a link down below in the description. It's near the top, so it's called Halloween in Halenville,
Right
a
there.
poem by Holly Lewis.
Yes.
I
So
hear
what?
that every word is true about everyone she's telling the story about.
Well,
What's going on there?
what happened was last Wednesday on Halenville here, we had Holly Lewis on as our special guest doing a Tinkerman night. Okay. And she wrote this wonderful 8-9 minute poem
Yes.
that included me and Charles and Brendan and Neil and Tommy, all as characters
Sandra.
in this poem
Sandra.
called Halloween in Halenville. Okay. And she recited it last week live on the broadcast. Well, Sandra was so compelled by it that she made a video to it, and the link is down below. It's called Halloween in Halenville, and it's an excerpt from last week's live stream, and plus the craftiness of Sandra Picorni, who really made the
That was
poem
cool.
come alive. There's a little box that shows Holly reciting it, plus there's stuff going on in the video that
Yeah,
really
there's a
makes the
soundtrack
poem
that goes to
pop.
Holly's, the story, and it's well done. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so
It's
go
really-
check it out. That link's down below. It's a great poem, and it's a great video too. Yeah. All right.
Very
We're
cool,
out of
man.
here. R2, on behalf of Neil and Brendan and Sandra, Charles Green, Tommy, we are out of here. Any last words there, Charles Green?
Hey guys, this is Halenville. Just got to remember, doesn't matter if you go north, south, east, or west. Around here, every single road is going to lead you straight to Van Halen. You guys be well. Have a great week. Do something nice for somebody for no reason whatsoever. It'll make you feel better. Holly,
That's right.
I love this mug. Tinker mug, guys. Rock on. Be well.
Rock on. Rock on. Party, everyone.